Here we go. Screen report. Kyle F. Nash. As I'm doing this while I'm missing the New York Mets introduced a new manager, Buck Showalter, today.
I mean, I'm kind of doing you a favor, is what I hear.
Don't start your bullshit.
What?
Don't
I
start.
just, we're trying to slowly wean you off your baseball addiction. It's a game that is a waste of time for many people everywhere and is usually enjoyed by people over the age of 60.
Stupid but they idiot. Are what we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
I don't know why you go with that one, but okay.
Idiot.
That's the wrong button. That's why. Apparently, the soundboard has to.
So wait, you're hitting a button to call me an idiot and doing stuff. It's the wrong button.
And the tool comes and fucks it all up.
Yeah. I mean, I would call you a giant tool, but you're not a fan of anything involving the word giant. So there we go.
Oh, that's anyway. Kyle, we didn't touch on this story last week because it's been a little bit distant.
Right. Yes.
We didn't touch on this story last week because we did the show last Tuesday.
How could we? The shit broke at 12:40 in the morning.
It broke at 12:40 on Thursday, though. But yeah, something happened since. But you cover this team too, especially, so it does warrant some discussion here quickly. Sure. Urban Meyer fired by the Jaguars. Final thoughts on that? It's been a couple days.
I mean, I was surprised it didn't wait till the end of the season, but apparently, I mean, the short version is Shad Khan had enough, the owner of the Jags. And here's what I'll tell you, EJ, for a team that was 2-11, the press conference after the game against the Texans, which they lost as well by 2 touchdowns, the press in the room seemed relatively upbeat. Now, I had stated openly that this press corps was, to say the very least, less than nice, if not outright abrasive, towards Urban Meyer throughout the season. The first question in post-game this year to Urban Meyer after the first Jags home game was, do you feel like you were out-coached? That should let you know the tone in the room from moment one. This is before any allegations regarding side trips for allegedly seeing grandkids, and we know how that went. This was before anything came out publicly on a larger level about Josh Lambo being kicking the kicker, all that stuff, or any other misgivings that are now coming to light. Certainly before failing to win until they faced off against your Miami Dolphins in London. So already Urban Meyer was in trouble, and he did himself no favors. Shaz Khan was forced into a corner. And while I often ask the question of, can you find anyone better? At this point, one would have to think that that's the case, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
The final thing I'll say is a lot of people are talking about Byron Leftwich as a replacement. Though I do not really like him as a quarterback wearing a Jaguars uniform, I think that's a good fit. However, it's not going to happen.
I heard Doug Peterson.
I hope that doesn't happen, actually, but that's okay. Byron Leftwich should be the best candidate, in my opinion. The reason why I don't think that's going to happen is my speculation, and yes, it's speculation, is he has been promised in behind the scenes conversations, behind closed door conversations, that he would be in line to replace Arians if and when he should retire. Because Arians is old as hell, right? Has known health issues, right? That's the whole reason Chuck Pagano ended up being the coach with the Colts, is because the Arians-led team did well with Chuck Pagano, Oh, no, I'm getting it backwards. Am I getting that backwards?
Arians took over the year.
Yeah.
And then Pagano came back.
Right, and that's how we found him. But you notice once Arians left, Pagano kind of went straight to hell, is my point.
Right.
Right.
Well, it was a little gradual because you have a quarterback that was good.
But they still struggled. Like, there were still struggles. There was an obvious dropout off when Arians left, is the point, right? I mean, it certainly wasn't like from 12 wins to 2, like when Peyton Manning left. But you know, yeah, I don't think Leftwich is going anywhere, and everybody's going to be all up in arms about it, and it'll be fun and games until Leftwich is announced the coach of the Bucs. Stop talking about Bieniemy. I don't think Bieniemy wants that job. I can make the argument that the same thing has happened with him in KC.
Yep.
Because I don't know how much longer the Kool-Aid man has.
I give him 2 years, 2 years tops, maybe 3.
Oh, really? Wow. I mean, that's kind of surprising that he would leave so soon, considering the Chiefs are the best team of all time, according to you. But that's a whole other question.
Health. He had a health issue this year too, especially. So I think it's more there that we don't know on the surface.
It's going to be a sad day for you, especially as often as he beat other teams in the NFC East as the coach is Eagles coach. Yeah.
I love Andy Reid. Andy Reid. When he won, when I rooted for the Chiefs win the Super Bowl 2 years ago, he was the reason I was rooting for the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. I made it clear for the podcast too, especially.
So. Man, it's a good thing you're not a Giants fan. That would be awkward as hell to cheer for a former Eagles coach like that.
Yeah, but sometimes something weird things happen, right? Shut up.
I know it's weird. You trying to convince me that the Cardinals are only 7th in your damn poll.
I just recorded my piece with Michael a while ago, and he had a number 9.
Yeah, well, you're both effing wrong. You're both bad at football. You lose this throughout the year with your garbage-ass rankings, by the way. I'm putting Mike on blast, too. He's even worse than you are.
I told him that. I told him I mentioned you on the you'll listen to the playback later on. I mentioned you on the segment. Like, Kyle gave me shit quick. I gave him the link to the power rankings already, and I told him I had it at number 7. He thought it was low. I go, motherfucker, you went too deeper than me with number 9.
Yeah, he's wrong. What do you want me to tell you? Just like you're both wrong about the Ravens, too.
So
the past 3 games by a combined 4 points, and they're not in the top 10, but the Cowboys are. Bullshit, Ernest.
You're in a mood today.
No, you're that wrong. I'm not the damn problem. See, you just.
Maui. Okay, Maui.
You're the one holding up the dirty pictures, Mr. Psychiatrist. Okay, don't hand me an ink blot and tell me I'm the problem. Okay.
This is all you do is just get you triggered. Just fucking say something stupid and fucking get you going. I love it.
Yeah, but you do it so often. At some point, we need to consider my health, or I'll need to make you my fucking left wing. Jesus. Oh, I killed him on that one. Anyways.
I'll kill you, bitches!
What's your thoughts on COVID? COVID making another return.
Christ.
Look, we're doing this right now, and there are still 2 games to go for week 15 as of this recording.
I mean, at least they're still handling it better than the NBA, I guess. I appreciate the reschedulings and what they're trying to do. I mean, I don't know what more I can say exactly. This isn't a football problem, though the football public wants to make it one. This is up there was saying Roger Goodell and Ray Rice were the ones that invented domestic violence when the problem was in the court system, right?
Yeah.
That's right. I said it. Okay. No, we're hearing that for the first time.
We actually had that discussion 7 years ago on this podcast.
And you thought I was just as right then too. So I mean, I ain't after you on that one. I'm telling the people who may not have had the privilege of hearing that edition of the Earnestly Speaking podcast, because football is awesome.
Ding.
Does it count when it's on the same show? I'm confused. Like if I'm over here telling you that I've submitted my preview for the Gasparilla Bowl for the 3pointconversion.com, and we'll have another thing out on the Black and Gold Banneret. Ding. That makes sense.
Yeah.
If I talk about how I'm suited to dunk on you this evening when I record the Huddle Up podcast, bing, that makes sense, It's like you purposely. I know you're not doing it on purpose, but like that sounds like you're just purposely doing it like that for the sake of humor there, and I'm okay with it.
It's correct.
No. I guess I endorsed you in a matter of speaking. I'll allow it.
Do you have a problem with? Hold on. There we go. Do you have a problem with John? I'm surprised that you haven't said "ding" yet. Really, like in the way you normally say it, like da 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 ding, because you go off to the point. Now I'm asking considering taking a clip of that your actual sound and just making it an actual ding for a segment.
There's a nice crisp one for you.
Tell me about it, man. John, how about it? Ravens lose a tough one against the Packers on Sunday.
Yeah.
Now the Ravens fought hard and literally had a chance to win that game late.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
How about for the second time in I think 2 or 3 weeks? Decided to go for the win down 1.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it failed first against the Steelers, and it failed again against the Packers. Where do you stand on that whole thing? Because I'm kind of like, I appreciate the aggression, I do, but I feel like everybody's pissed off now because they're playing the result. If John Harbaugh converts that, he's a genius. If he doesn't, he's an idiot.
Yeah, especially our good friend Big Jim, who's doing all sorts of intellectually dishonest things by calling Aaron Rodgers Quayron. I mean, like, it's one thing if you want to get on his case about the whole vaccination thing, I get it, or the lying thing, I get it, but like, we don't know anything else beyond that, and now he's putting the Quayron thing in there like he's voted for Trump for the past 8 elections. By the way, that's not possible to have done yet, but I digress.
It's rigged.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I'll tell you what is rigged. These responses from the media. Okay, you're either completely uneducated, stupid, or looking for a reaction. What's that?
All the above.
Or all the above. Good point. Give yourself a bell, Ernest Christian. Oh. I'll do it for you. Bing! So I do it better. See, I don't have to hit the button. There's no delayed reaction. I am the bell, bitch.
I'm a juggernaut and the bell, bitch.
Yeah, that's right. So first off, I like how you led with the personality of the organization, personality of the coach, personality of the team. Yeah. You know, although I could go off on a long rant about how everybody loved it when Coach Harbaugh asked Lamar Jackson what he wanted to do, and he said he wanted to win and go for the win, and they won it. Okay. Nobody in Kansas, people, I've only heard one person in the media actually even refer to the fact that that's actually won them a game at some point. I believe it was against your Kansas City Chiefs, if memory serves.
My who? My who?
Your Kansas City Chiefs. No. Anyways.
No, them won your hearts. Them won the AFC, by the way. Just check those standings. You get a chance.
Yeah, right. Because the person who's number 1 in the AFC always wins the Super Bowl. Anyways, so
didn't say that.
You said it with your eyes, you sexy beast. Anyway. But take that emotional identity aspect out of it. Okay, there are very logistic reasons why that was perfect. Second, don't give me anything about, oh, I hated that call. What a bad call. If Huntley throws the ball to the cone where it's supposed to have gone, that plays a touchdown. Harbaugh's a genius. All of you aren't even talking about this. And now suddenly, quarterback controversy. Is Huntley the next Lamar Jackson?
I think what I get bothered more than anything else is the fact that are we saying that 2 yards is literally the distance between being an idiot and being a genius? Like, are we really that?
Is that really a shocking thing when we talk about any given Sunday and it's a game of inches? One of the most overrated, though great speeches in all time.
Right. I don't get it. Like, honestly, to me, it's this. Look, I see both sides of the argument on this.
I don't see the other side of the argument.
I think the thing is, though, it's the language more than anything else. The language. It's like, oh, he's an idiot now because he didn't convert it.
It's pure confirmation bias. It's not even a good argument. Listen, if you see the other side of the argument as reasonable, I will give you credit. I'll do the best case.
I think there's an argument in terms of like going for the tie and taking overtime.
But okay, here's why. Yeah, I understand that, and here's the reason why that's actually a dumb argument.
But
okay, didn't they just literally have a defense on their heels and score on them? All right.
Right.
They have momentum like they hadn't had at any other point in the game because they were down 2 scores.
Yes.
Okay? For the Ravens to come back from a 2-score deficit, not a common thing with their style of offense and the nature of their team. And that's not a condemnation of anybody. That's just the way this team is built. Second, you're going to try to produce for me that the defense you've been beating up on and pulling the trigger and the carpet out from under them now is the worst idea comparing to putting the ball in the hands of Aaron Charlet Rodgers? That's a superior option to you. I don't give a damn about how you feel about his vaccination.
That right there is why I said they should have went for it.
Yeah, that alone, that should end the argument there, but it won't because people are stupid.
Right.
And then let's not get into the fact that again they are going. Their lineup is depleted. Granted, it's not Cleveland Browns depleted, but it's depleted. And for me, it's just really hard to give people the benefit of doubt. Oh, well, you kick the ball and go into overtime. Yeah, conventional wisdom says that. I'm gonna tell you this too, EJ. 9 times out of 10, I agree with that take. You take the ball, you live to fight another period. Okay? But in both the situations, hell, I could argue all the situations, including the one that they won, because in that case, it included putting the ball in the hands of Patrick LaVon Mahomes II, which although he doesn't necessarily have a sustainable style of play, he is a good quarterback. Okay? Right. I mean, I don't understand the confirmation bias from people who are paid and alleged to know what they're doing. If you and Jim want to make that mistake, cool. Okay.
I'm on your side of the argument. I think
I'm more taking shots at Jim because if you saw his tweet, he was all over Harbaugh. It was just very intellectually dishonest.
We should bring it up then on the show tonight, just because.
Oh, I'm sure it was going to come. I'm sure we won't have to. I'm sure Jim will, and he'll be as wrong about it as you are with your top 10 this week.
I would do to hear this fucking podcast. I can't wait.
By the way, I hope you like the hat I wore today, celebrating the one bit of actual journalism that exists in your top 10.
Oh, want to go there real quick and find the flaws in my top 10 this week? I mean, we're going to steal a segment.
I don't want to concentrate on the flaws. I just want to give you the opportunity to enjoy the fact that you got one right.
Okay, so you wear a Niners hat, of course. Wear a Niners hat. Yeah, I mean,
does it burn, EJ Christian? Does it burn?
Fuck you, buddy.
Seriously.
The answer is yes. It burns.
Yeah. This is Tad. We're gonna steal a segment from Jim's show. That's really my segment because it's my rankings. Okay. We're gonna do that right now.
Can you steal that which already belongs to you? Is the proverbial question there, my friend.
It's his segment of his show. Find the flaws.
See, this is the nobility you're capable of, EJ Christian. This is why I get so triggered by your top 10. It's so intellectually dishonest compared to what you're capable of. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you've already seen my top 10, but in case you've forgotten, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my top 10.
I try to put it out of my mind so I can keep my blood pressure down.
Shut the fuck up. My top 10 as follows for week 16. Now, mind you, as we just said in this podcast, we're recording this on Tuesday.
Correct.
Out for the rest of week 15 is completed because you still have 2 games to go. So the only team that's impacted on this list really is the Rams. So, but
I'm not worried about the Rams. Really, they're about right, to be honest.
They moved them up quite a few spots from week 14.
Yeah. And your inexplicable moving of them down that far was dumb then too. Right. I agree.
And they didn't play at all a game yet. They didn't play their game yet, so that's weird. But
no, it's just your flawed nature. But go ahead.
To my top 10 right now.
Terrible.
Yeah, I know. 1 to 10 in order: Packers, Chiefs, Rams, Bucks, Patriots, Cowboys, Colts, Chargers, 49ers. Reluctantly 49ers, of course. Find a flaw. Go.
Find the flaw?
Find a
Hold
flaw.
on.
Plural.
Listen, Christmas is coming up, and I'm not trying to recreate Santa Claus's list, so I'll express this as shortly as possible. Chiefs at 2. Listen, I have respect for your degenerate friend Zach. I have no idea what his product of choice is, but stop using it before you do your top 10, because apparently he's sharing with you.
Where's
2 for the Chiefs? The hell is wrong with you? But I won't even go there. That's not even the biggest crime. The Cards at 7 isn't even the biggest crime. Put the Cards at 31. I don't care, but you better have the Cowboys below them. Are you stupid? Like, what? How on earth, in your right mind, can you put probably definitely the most complete roster, not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 7th in there? oh, well, they lost to the Lions. Everybody's lost to someone crappy this year. Hello?
Or tied.
Well played.
Steelers.
Give me the signature wins for your Dallas Cowboys. Here, I'll help you. It's a moral victory and a single-point loss to your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Vikings?
You're an ass. Anyways, yeah, right. The same Vikings that put up 17 points prime time against the Bears. Good call.
Dude, we've been doing this podcast so long now, dude. I know where and when to get you tweaked. It's like, okay, right there, pile.
Like you don't think you don't think I realize you're organ grinding? Like, here's some meta for you. You don't think I know my role by now?
Yeah.
Come on now. Here you are over here. I'm just dancing.
Hashtag file for content. That's what the whole file for content means, brother.
You want me to dance, mouse? See, now it's ironic.
The one thing I will say, the one thing I had trouble on, honest. While the Rams moving up three spots could be a little reactionary. Look, the Cardinals Cowboys thing, I could see your argument to some degree. Though I struggle with the Bills and Niners at 10. But
that is a tough conversation. I agree with you.
Right, but what I did is that I'm putting the Bills in the holding pattern because they play the Pats next week. So obviously that will work itself out next week. If they beat the Pats next week, they will obviously crack the 10 again.
Over and above that, EJ, why that's a coherent point. I feel like the Bills have been down spiraling for some time.
Yes.
Whereas the Niners have been building for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And despite your multiple weeks of disrespect, you have felt compelled now to bring them into your list.
Well, you look at it this way: the Niners
compelled.
And we'll get. You know what? We should just go there now because honestly.
Oh no! Here we go.
Blocks. We should just go there now because really, honestly, it's really gonna. This is gonna be a segue into the conversation about who's in, who's out. Because I'm there with the Niners right now. I mean, before I get there.
And since we're going there, while we put it up, I'm going to take the opportunity before I forget to do it because you actually deserve props here.
Oh, really?
In the nature of being just and fair. You had a lot more faith in the Indianapolis Colts than I did, and lo and be damn hold, they won that game last week in a fashion that I did not think they would. So, shouts out to the damn Colts.
I think that's the game now where, remember, they had 4 games to go, 2 rough Patriots and Cardinals. That Cardinals game don't look pretty tough now.
Well, actually, it is tough. But here's what the problem is, buddy. We said that they had to go 1-1 in those 2 games to get to the playoffs. Bingo, bango, here we are. Boom. Right?
Done it. Off the rip. So let's go NFC first, as we always do, because that seems to be the one that's seen the most defined. And to be honest with you, right now, I think it's even more defined. I think tier 2 is defined now than it has ever been this entire year. Okay. So right now, your leaders as follows: Packers, division leader, the Packers, Cowboys, Buccaneers, and Cardinals. Currently, the Rams play tonight, so we'll figure it out next week's report. We'll obviously get into that. We'll have 2 games of samples of the Rams to dissect. But right now, the Rams, as it's recording, are the 5 seed, the 9 6 seed, and right now the Vikings are the 7 seed.
Garbage.
Behind them, but the same record is the New Orleans Saints. Washington football team plays tonight against the Eagles. Both teams 6-7, so obviously one of these teams are going to win most likely, and then they'll be 7-7 as well too. Falcons are 6-8. They're done. I still think Seattle has a puncher's chance at 5-8 right now. If they win tonight against the Rams, they're only a game behind.
You mean in the division?
No, in the wild card. They'll be 6-8.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, you're absolutely right. I missed.
Right, so they'll be a game behind. And if I'm not mistaken, did Minnesota beat Seattle this year? Or Seattle? Because that becomes a situation now. Because I think right now we're at a point now where it's only one. No, actually, Minnesota did beat
Seattle.
Yeah.
So in light of that only makes.
It's a climb.
There's
Minnesota, of course. So, I'm gonna go ahead right now. I'm gonna say I'm locking up 6 of 7 teams right now. I'm locking up San Francisco now. I'm locking up Arizona. I'm locking up the other 4 division winners. To me, it's one spot left in the NFC wild card playoff picture. That is it, because San Fran is now they've now carved their place down as a 6 seed at least.
Well, first of all, if I might once again quote the great John McClane by saying, "Welcome to the party, pal," on that one, with the 49ers anyway.
You feel the same way you feel the same as me on this?
With the Vikings?
Well, no, just in general, the playoff, the locks. I have 6 locks.
I'm not locking the Vikings in. You're out of your mind.
No. Locking in San Francisco. They're there.
I locked in San Francisco 2 weeks ago, I believe. Yeah. So
I'm there with you now. Late to the party, but yes.
Welcome to the party, pal. I mean, I'm not shouting it again. That hurts my throat a little bit.
So here's a real conversation here and now at this point. Looking at the rest of the wild card teams, Vikings and Saints, Washington, all that. I'm not asking you to lock them, but our bunch here, which team do you have the most confidence in to get that last wild card spot? Of the Vikings, Saints, Washington, Eagles, Falcons, and I'll give you Seattle too, because Seattle still can. You have to have that quarterback. You have to give him a chance.
Yeah, and listen, you have to give him a chance, and that chance is given. But I'm not going to do anything stupid like, pick them to do it. That's not going to happen here. That would be. I can't do it. Pete Carroll is not a good enough coach. What I am looking at, however, is. Pop quiz, EJ. What's the first thing I'm going to look at for the Minnesota Vikings schedule specifically?
Primetime game.
Very good. 7:20 p.m. Sunday against the Packers of Green Bay. There's a big old fat L if I ever saw one. Wait, there's more. The previous week, in other words, this coming weekend, by the way, Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. The Rams is your Christmas gift this week if you're the Vikings. I am not confident in the Minnesota. No, I can't call them your Minnesota Vikings. You haven't locked them. No. So a few teams I can't give you. So hey, what is it you have against teams that wear purple? Anyways, so yeah, they might beat the Bears to finish the season, but right now, I mean. With the fact that they are currently at 7-7, I'm predicting a losing record, Ernest Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not locking the Vikings. Yeah, forget that. So that leaves.
But so it's not supposed to lock. It's more confidence in.
I don't have confidence in them then, Ernest Christian. By that default, if I'm looking at the schedule, the Eagles and the Washington Red Tails. Mm-hmm. I can't lock anybody with confidence there because they have to play one another, right? Mm-hmm. So by default, I suppose I have the Saints, because they play in a pretty weak division in and of themselves. They've gotten a number of players back on the squad there. Kamara is moving and shaking.
And their schedule is fairly favorable too. They got now the toughest game of the 3 is this week, the Dolphins.
What?
Yeah. Next week, the Dolphins. And then the end of the year against division rivals, Panthers.
Oh my God! Wait! You're putting the Panthers and Falcons below the Dolphins?
No. I'm saying the toughest game for the Saints moving forward is the Dolphins next week. After that, the last 2 games of the year, they close the year against the Panthers and the Falcons.
Right.
Miami, Carolina, and Atlanta close the year out.
But again, your statement of do you think the Dolphins is the toughest game
of the 3 games they have remaining on the schedule?
Which are the Dolphins, Panthers, and Falcons.
Correct.
I'm not going to fight with you on that. I just I wouldn't say that is what I'm saying. But the punchline is that doesn't matter. They all stink. The fraud cons are an opportunity for a win. The Panthers are an opportunity for a win. And the Dolphins are the opportunity to win. All they have to do is secure 2 of those 3. Right?
Right.
So
I will say this much with Seattle real quick. The reason why I won't run off this yet, if they win tonight against the Rams, here's their main schedule. Bears, Lions, and then the Cardinals, who might have things wrapped up by then. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
Seattle is yet.
No, I think Seattle. I hear that. I think Seattle. They're not beating the Rams and Cardinals both, so forget it. They're going to go 1-2.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is that tonight dictates that. If I can see Seattle be in the picture again. If they lose tonight, then they're done.
Right. But yeah. No. Yeah, I guess I'm saying so to answer your question finally, I'm most confident in New Orleans.
Me too. I'm the same with you too. All right, let's go. Now in terms of the NFC picture in general, obviously Dallas is 10-4. The scenario here is this: if Dallas wins out, Green Bay has one hiccup. Dallas is the #1 seed in the NFC. However, look at Green Bay's schedule. I have a hard time believing they're going to lose another game the rest of the year because they end the year against the following teams. They end the year against we'll see. The Browns this week, they stink. The Vikings.
Shouts to the Mont Brothers.
Right. Yep. And the Lions. So the Browns, Vikings, Lions, the end of the year for the Packers.
Oh my.
Yeah. Good luck. So good luck, Dallas. Good luck with that. So the Green Bay should be #1 seed going forward.
I agree. I think we were pretty confident in that before, especially now that the Cardinals had the mishap they had. Good God, man, Campbell.
Yeah, man, Campbell. All right.
That's right.
AFC division leaders right now: Chiefs, Patriots, Titans, and Bengals.
Chiefs do not hold; they lose out and miss the playoffs. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And reaches high. Your wild cards right now. All of a sudden, your 5 seed is now all 3 teams here are 8-6 for the record.
Yeah.
All wild cards 8-6. 5 seed, the Colts. 6 seed, the Chargers. 7 seed, the Bills. And on the outside looking in, it's with the same record. Outside looking in, the Ravens.
Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sticking with the Ravens to climb back into it. I mean, they don't have enough spots for the teams available. I you know what? I'm gonna wow you folks here.
Well, give me your locks first. Chiefs lock obviously win AFC West, right? Chiefs lock.
Oh yeah, no, we've said that a while back, and I locked the Chargers, so I'm there too, and I locked the Ravens. So, know, I think we locked the Patriots a while back to make the playoffs. Here's where I'm looking stupid as far as whether I should lock or whether I shouldn't. The Bills have a problem.
Explain.
The Bills have a problem. They have to beat the Patriots to stay alive. I don't know that they can do that unless there's another nor'eastern wind, which is possible in Foxborough.
Here's the good news for the Bills. This will be the last major hiccup moving forward. The remaining schedule at the end of the year for the Bills: Patriots this week.
Yeah.
Falcons, Jets.
However, can you outright say that Matt Ryan and company with that receiver core and what they can do loses a shootout to Josh Allen? Sure, I would pick the Bills, but it's closer than you think with that. And if they fail to establish the run, we have problems. Now, oh look, they ran the ball against the Carolina Panthers. Woo!
Dude, yeah. If you can't beat the Falcons, you don't deserve to go to the playoffs.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what it's going to come down to.
Right.
If you can't beat the Falcons, you don't deserve the playoffs. And perfectly set up is that test in Week 17. And if they fail it, they miss.
So let me go ahead and just get this out, get all the drama out of the way now. Chiefs lock for me. Patriots lock for me. Tennessee was a lock, and I guess they'll still be a lock because they do have a game lead with the Colts. Technically 2 games because it's a tiebreaker. But Tennessee, man, they are so fucking weird. The Bengals, impressive win against Denver, ugly game. You want to see that in December, January. I can't lock them just yet though because the 8-6 thing is so weird with these other teams here. But I am locking the Colts though. The Colts are going to be a wild card team at least. And I'm sold on the Colts going to be a wild card team.
No, with all the TCC, that's the risk of locking teams as early as I did. I locked the Chargers and the Bills. I'm going to be wrong on at least one of them, I think.
I'm going to go ahead and lock
the Colts made that happen.
Right. I'm going to also go ahead and lock the Chargers for one reason: their schedule. Now, granted, 2 of these games are against division rivals. But
by the way, while we're talking about the Chargers, the Chiefs didn't win that game. The Chargers lost it.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
But they're still number 2 on your... Shut up, Ernest Christian. Moving on.
It's my way to win. Reason why I'm locking the Chargers is these reasons. Next week, Texans. Then they close out against Broncos and Raiders. Now, even if they lose 2 of these games, I think they'll still get in.
Yeah.
I think
that's what put me on the Chargers in the first place. I don't even know why I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I locked the Chargers a while back, and if you check the tape, which you can when you're listening to Earnestly Speaking podcast on Apple Podcasts. You can go back and listen to past episodes of Football is Awesome. Bing!
Come on.
There it is.
Everyone go. Fuck, bro.
So,
I cannot lock the Bills. Cannot.
I already have, so I'm not. I don't know that I'm able to unlock them at this point. That's not how I play.
One thing the Ravens that scared me too. Also, that I can't lock the Ravens either. Their division record is bad. They're 1-3 in division.
Who, the Ravens?
Yes.
That's because it's a tougher division.
No, I agree.
I mean, think about that. The worst team on your docket from week to week fluctuates between the Steelers and the Browns. That's not bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna lock the Chiefs, lock the Patriots. The Titans feel like a default lock because the schedule is favorable going forward.
But, I mean, listen, I said that's exactly how it would go in September when I previewed the AFC South for the 3-point conversion. Bing!
Yeah, but I tell you what, though, the Titans, though. I did say the magic number was 10 for them to make the playoffs. And they won away from getting 10.
Yeah. I still think they're going to win 11, but go ahead.
Well, here's the schedule. They play the Niners next week. Oh, this Thursday. That could be a loss. That might. Yeah. I'm actually lean towards a loss.
And the other two games, please?
Dolphins.
Uh-huh.
And Texans.
Thank you.
So, you think they'll win the Miami game and the Houston game?
I do.
Okay.
I also think they'll lose to the Niners.
Right. So they'll have so 11-6. Okay. Cool.
Just like I predicted in September in my article for the 3-point conversion. Bing! So.
You know. Last thing, I can touch on that. We're doing a locks segment there. Cowboys on a roll, but should we be worried about Dak Prescott? He's been a little bit
worried.
He's been a little bit slump lately.
Okay. So is Patrick Mahomes. What about it?
Right. That's a good point.
Next question.
No. Okay. So, and what makes this now seem a little bit dangerous too is also that their defense has been so good this year, and they also make plays to the point where they can put up points for you now to make up for Dak's rough games. So
the defense stepping up to play while the quarterback is struggling. Isn't that the essence of your Kansas City Chiefs?
That's correct.
Next question. Oh, and by the way, your Kansas City Chiefs also have a garbage schedule, just like your Dallas Cowboys. By the way, filed for content. I want to put that in front of the Cowboys fan when we talk about it on the Huddle Up podcast. Bing!
I can't wait. I cannot wait for tonight. Cannot wait for tonight. Because it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks to see Jim. And, yeah.
And don't leave out the Huddle Up edition of AJ Hawk in our good friend Matt.
Assuming he shows up tonight. Assuming he does. I mean,
he better. Damn it.
Me too. Want his ass too. Anyway, plug away, buddy.
Hey man, thanks for having me aboard again. And telling you to the exact degree that you suck at making power rankings. But hey, what are friends for? Of course, I am Kyle Nash, the student of the game. You can find me on Twitter at the SOTG. Find me on Instagram as the same, the SOTG. Find me on Facebook as the student of the game. Check out my many works coming out here during the bowl season as that goes completely wild. You'll check out my work with the 3pointconversion.com. Of course, that is the number 3, not the word 3. Check out my work with the Black and Gold Banneret. A lot of stuff there from UCF football and basketball in the coming week. Hey, not only is it bowl season with the Gasparilla Bowl here coming up on Thursday, which I will be at in person, Ernest Christian, I also will have UCF playing Michigan in basketball on the 30th, man. Woo! Get right, son. Anyway.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, well, he was actually, he did a woo for the Jaguars. Of course, it didn't do much for the team, but that's a whole other thing. No, and then basketball, yeah, that'll do it for what I'm talking about with the Black and Gold Banneret. So there's that. Check out my work with Demosthenes Euclid on the Hilarity by Default YouTube channel. Listen, Ernest, watch the National Lampoon Christmas Vacation episode where we talk about that movie. It's festive as bleep, and you'll enjoy yourself. And you know what movie we aren't going over for Christmas? Die Hard, because it's not a Christmas movie. Anyways, so
you'll get a lot of enough from me anyway. But you get pushback from that one.
Yeah, because a lot of people are stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, like they think that the Chiefs are better than the Cardinals, for example. Whatever. So, and of course, check out my work with oldschool101.com and A7BN Sports with my friend Captain Chris Hill for the Captain and Company Morning Show. Ernest Christian, fun as always. Sorry I had to put you on detention, but until next time, class dismissed.